Hello, everyone. This is Letao, your astrologist and your spiritual counselor. Thank you so much for joining this Pick a Card monthly reading for the new moon in Sagittarius. Starting from actually last month, it's happening something very interesting because finally we're having our new moon occurring on the first day of the month. Last month, we had our new moon in Scorpio occurring on November the 1st. Now, for this month, we're doing our new moon in Sagittarius also on the first day of December. I always like this energy because it seems like the universe is really aligned with the way we're looking at our solar calendar and say we're actually starting some new from the first day. And so we can further embrace this renewed energy much better. As you know, number one, the first day of the month in numerology is also the symbol of new beginnings. So I thought, well, if you guys have time, definitely take a little bit time to maybe think about your manifestations, write down your manifestations for this new moon in Sagittarius cycle. What is Sagittarius about? A lot of people might say, each month we have a new moon, and what do I need to focus on? Now, of course, according to the 12 zodiac signs, each sign carries their unique strengths and color. And for the Sagittarius energy, this month's manifestation should always be related to, for example, your personal growth, your foreign travel, study, language learning, foreign culture, or just at a very high level, it's also about your self-liberation and freedom. Specifically, we're seeing this new moon actually happening around 9 degrees in the fire sign, mutable fire sign Sagittarius. This conjunction at 9 degrees between the sun and moon is forming a very nice and beautiful trine with Mars. And so this is really encouraging us to have the courage and to take the action to break through, right, the blockages in front of us. However, we also do have a little bit blockage there as well, because this new moon is forming a square with the transit Saturn. And right now, Saturn is in Pisces, and Pisces and Sagittarius are squaring each other. And so this could also be saying that this whole manifestation or process of releasing and embracing the new might require a lot of personal effort and also discipline. As all of you guys know, Saturn is a planet that rules our discipline, right? Our sense of tenacity and our consistency. And so when there is a square with a Saturn, it tells you that the journey might not be the easiest, but if you know how to work with Saturn, at the end of the day, Saturn will reward you and it will give you what you actually desire. All right. Now, of course, today to do the reading, we are going to use Oracle of the Celestial Deities and Oracle of the Mythic Heroes, which both are my publications. You can purchase these decks on Amazon and any type of spiritual or mind, body, spirit web stores. Then what I really want to mention as well is that as all of you guys know, each month we're doing pick a card reading. And so, of course, there are 3 different options for you. This month, I've chosen 3 beautiful female characters from Disney movies. And maybe some of you guys can really resonate with these ancient stories. Now, the first option is Elsa from Frozen. The second option is Mulan from the movie Mulan, right? And the third option is Ariel from The Little Mermaid. The reason why I've chosen these 3 female characters is because I believe that all of them represents some kind of admirable and also unique qualities that we love and we want and we embrace. Elsa to me is the symbol of empowerment. Mulan is a symbol of courage. As you know, she put on a man's clothes and pretend to be a soldier and went to the war on behalf of a soldier and fought together with his male companions. And finally, we have Ariel. And Ariel is also showing the important curiosity that we need to embrace to stay out of our comfort zone, to check out the world, to explore what's out there, right? From the ocean to the land for the sake of love. Now, you can take some time. You can also go back to the beginning of the video, watch, just have a closer look at these three options. And once you have made up your mind, you can go to the description under the video and you can just skip to the section or the card that you have chosen and enjoy your reading. All right. Now, with all that being said, let's get started with our pile number one, Elsa. Hello, my beautiful pile number one. You have chosen the Disney character Elsa from the amazing movie Frozen. This, movie Frozen, is so popular that actually, in the city that I live in Hong Kong, I don't know if you guys know that we have a Disneyland. One of the maybe 4 or 5 Disneylands, right, is in Hong Kong. And in Hong Kong's theme park, there is actually an area dedicated for the movie Frozen. So you can go on the rides with Elsa, you can see the snow world, all that kind of stuff. Now, to me, Elsa is really the symbol of self-empowerment. As you know, when she was a little girl, she was very afraid of her own magic, her ability to turn things into ice or into snow. And even her parents actually locked her in the room and told her that she was not allowed to use that magic because they were afraid that she would use that to harm herself and also harm other people. Now, we're not going to explain what that means to all of us, but we're going to pull some cards and see how this Elsa self-empowered energy can be related to your December monthly reading. All right. First of all, we're going to pull 3 cards from Oracle of the Celestial Deities. Now, we're going to see what's your current energy, what could be blocking you, and what could be helping you at this period of time. All right. Now, first card coming out for Elsa people, we have got Pluto. All right. The god of the underworld, transformation. All right. Now, what could be blocking you at this moment is Athena. All right. Now, what could be helping you at this moment? We have got Orpheus. Wow, this is very, very interesting. Okay. So one of the things that I'm actually seeing here for our group number one is that Pluto ruling your major energy is all talking about the important time that you need to let go of something in your life at this moment. Pluto is the god of the underworld, and he's representing the death and rebirth cycle. Whatever that is no longer working out for you, right? What is no longer serving your purpose, you need to let that go and stay away from that. Now, for some of you guys, this could be about maybe literally saying goodbye to a loved person who has passed away, maybe recently, or you're still missing them in your mind. Sometimes this could just be talking about a situation, a career, or an old phase that needs to be phased out, right, out of your life. Sometimes it does not mean that it's necessarily bad for you, but it could be about the purpose of that phase has been fulfilled, and you need to move forward for something different that will give you more enlightenment and more learning and more meaning. Let's put it this way. What is actually helping you at this moment? You got Orpheus sitting on top. In Greek mythology, actually, there's a very beautiful story about Orpheus and Pluto. Orpheus lost his wife. His wife was bitten by a poisonous snake. And of course, when she died, her soul descended into the underworld. And of course, it was captured by Pluto in the underworld. Orpheus descended into the underworld and demanded her wife come back because he said, "We just got married. She's still very young. She cannot just die like this. Please return her to the mortal world." Pluto said, "Okay, fine. I will let her go back to you, but only under one condition. You can walk back towards the sunlight, right? And I will make sure that your wife, Eurydice, will be following you, okay, step by step, but you cannot look back. You can only embrace her after you reach the sunlight. Then you can turn around and hug her, and she will come back to life." Um, Orpheus promised he wouldn't look back, but the more he walked, the more he realized that maybe he was scammed. his fear started to grow, and just one step from the sunlight, he lost the trust. And so he turned around and he saw Eurydice for 1 second, and then Eurydice was pulled back into the darkness forever. And Orpheus was also banned from going into the underworld ever again. Now, on the surface, this is a tragic story about how Orpheus lost his opportunity to save his dead wife. But because right now you have Orpheus and Pluto sitting together as a strength and as what is assisting you, this is really telling you that whatever that you have lost or whatever that you're afraid of losing actually is going to be either the opportunity or the motivation or the trigger for you to move forward into the next chapter that is going to be even more exciting and that will give you even more growth. And what you do need to be careful with is keep holding on to what you have lost or what was no longer there for you. And instead of looking at, for example, the bright side or looking at the opportunities that could be born from this seemingly tragic events or seemingly, let's say, depressing, ending of a situation. Orpheus is also representing the deeply compassionate and the soft nature in you. He is artistic, he's empathetic, and he offered a lot of therapeutic value to the world as he played music to heal people's pain. So I also think for group number one who have chosen Elsa, you have that magic in you. You just need to really believe in it and really take opportunities to show the world what you can build, what you can create. Now, sometimes these kind of abilities, right, or these kind of the so-called magic that you showcase to the world, has to come to you through a little bit twists and turns. For example, Orpheus had to experience the loss of his wife in order to become a true healer, to play music for the rest of the world. Eventually, when he became famous and when he gained his reputation as a healer. And for you guys, it's the same. Sometimes difficulties, endings, farewell, all right? Whatever that we're reluctant to release actually is not necessarily all bad. It tells us that we can actually transform those sadness and disappointment into our empowerment, and it will help us to propel us into the future. Now, you have got Athena, this energy actually blocking you. Now, there are two possibilities there, right? The first possibility is that Athena, even though as the goddess of victory, she's powerful, she's amazing, but because Athena represents the logical or the rational side of the brain, Athena is not really an emotional goddess. So if you read ancient Greek mythology or Roman mythology, where she was known as Minerva, you will know that Athena never fell in love. She never had a husband. She was a virgin goddess, and her goal and her focus is about strategy, rationality, crafts, right? These type of things that we call rather dry, right, in our human society. Now, what I do feel about this is sometimes you have to really use more how I feel or how it feels instead of how I logically think or how it should, be thought, or should be analyzed in an analytical way. I think your energy is really telling you to develop the emotional, the intuitive, and the compassionate side of you during this period of time. Try to be less judgmental. Try to use less the so-called what is right or what is wrong logic to analyze your life or other people. And I really feel that this is a time when we can all bring a little bit more emotional value and an emotional support to each other and to this world in order for us to move forward. And I do think that in this month, in the new moon of Sagittarius, group number one, Elsa, this is what you need to focus on. All right. Of course, that sense of empathy and compassion, of course, includes how you feel about yourself instead of judging yourself. All right. Very good. Now, we're going to pull three more cards from the Mythic Tarot. Let's just get a little bit more information about this new moon in Sagittarius cycle for you. All right. All right, dear universe, thank you so much. Please kindly provide us with some useful guidance and helpful wisdom for all the group one. Okay, my lovely souls who have chosen Elsa. Right. Thank you so much. All right. Three cards. Thank you so much, universe. First card we have got is Ace of Pentacles. This is what I mean by your empowerment. The Ace of Pentacles is really the seed that you planned and the opportunity that is there for you. But it's just the beginning. It's a little bit like the Elsa when she was a little girl. She has the magic in it, but she was not able to fully control that magic. And she was not sure how to really use that to benefit herself and also benefit the world around her. But this is that beautiful seed, right? That talent or that potential that is in there for you. All right. What happened next? That is the King of Cups. I can't emphasis enough, to be honest. Orpheus is King of Cups. King of Cups is Orpheus. If you actually ever use tarot, when you study the meaning of King of Cups, you know King of Cups is usually representing a very emotional, supportive, loving, and a wise male energy. Now, if you're a female watching this video, this King of Cups could be talking about a father, all right? Or could be talking about a husband, someone that is mature, that is old, or maybe, you know, because you got Pluto sitting at the very beginning, this could even be talking about maybe someone like that, an older male figure who passed away, right? In the recent past, and you're still missing him. Now, of course, this is a general reading, so pick whatever resonates with your situation. But either way, this King of Cups has offered a lot of wisdom, or is able to offer a lot of wisdom for you, either from the past, not either, both in the past and now, and also into the future. Now, the King of Cups is also an encouragement to tell you to bring more emotional value into your situation, compassion, empathy, intuition, and love. All right. Very good. So we get the water energy, we get the earth energy, and what else? Final card we have got is the magician. Wow, beautiful. And this, you see, did I actually say Elsa, magic, all these kind of words? This is a magic magician. All right. So group number one, you know what I'm talking about. The magician is encouraging you to manifest what you need, to take the action, take that leap of faith, because it tells you that you already have everything you need in order for you to make success, in order for you to manifest what you need. You just need to combine the talent with your emotional value, with your poetic approach towards the world. And eventually, all the success and fulfillment will be waiting for you. All right. I personally love this message so much. By the way, the King of Cups with the magician sitting together is definitely showing the older male or the male energy that is very wise, that is very successful. This could even be about a water sign male that is already very successful in the society, or he was very successful in the past. And he has a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, and a lot to offer to you, right? Now, if you are a male watching this video and you are water sign, or you have a lot of planets in water signs, the King of Cups could literally also talking about who you are and what you are able to bring out to the world. All right. This is such beautiful energy. I love this so much. Wow. Whew. This is whoa, I feel the energy. All right. Now, finally, group number one, Elsa people. We're gonna pull one last card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes, and let's see which card is your mythic hero and what you can learn from this hero and what's the guidance from that. All right. Thank you, universe. Thank you so much. Please kindly provide us just with one last message and advice for our beautiful pile number one. All right. One card. What? Bellerophon impatient. Okay. Now, this card tells you that, again, you're talented, you have everything you need, you are on the way towards your success. But meanwhile, at the same time, also have a little bit patience with your progress. There's one more thing that I'm seeing here. You've got Bellerophon with Pegasus, all right? You've got Athena next to it. You've got King of Cups and the Magician, which is represented by the Mercury energy in tarot. This is also telling me that in your journey towards your manifestation, you will have very, very important people supporting you, helping you, connecting you with your resource, connecting you with important positions or people, right? And so one of the things I really want you guys to know is that you are not alone. You are not Absolutely, you are not alone in this journey. You have to fight for everything yourself. You're going to meet, or you're already meeting a lot of important people. Either it's in your community, in your field, and they will be there continuously, watch you grow and help you and provide the assistance once you need. But also at the same time, you do have to have a listening ear, right? Try not to be too proud. Try not to be filled with your pride. Sometimes we do need to listen to our, our ancestors or people who are more experienced, what they advise us. And once we can really build this very humble, but also collaborative and cooperative relationships with other people, we'll all see the success that we want. And that's the beautiful result that we're all waiting for. All right. Love this energy so much, my beautiful group number one. Thank you so much for joining this new moon in Sagittarius reading. If you like my reading and like my style, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with the people you love. Always remember to circulate that loving energy. All right. Thank you so much, group number one, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number two. Thank you very much for joining this month's monthly new moon in Sagittarius reading. You have picked the group Mulan. Maybe you really liked the Disney movie Mulan, or maybe perhaps you enjoyed just the mythical story about Mulan from the ancient Chinese history. As all of you guys know, Mulan was a beautiful girl, but she went to the battlefield on behalf of her families because her father was sick and her brothers were too young. And so, she had to take the responsibility and go to the war because someone has to go to the battlefield to defend their country. And because her father was sick and also too old, she couldn't do that to her father. And so she bravely took the responsibility and she went to the war. And of course, the ending of the story was beautiful. She came back from the battlefield, she won a medal, and she reunited with her family, her brothers, and also her father. Personally, I really think that the story of Mulan is a symbolism of personal courage. It's also a little bit about personal sacrifice, to be honest. But Mulan knew that the sacrifice was worth it. She knew what was important to her, even though the process might need her to stay out of her comfort zone, to fight the demons and the enemies in order for her to find the final victory. Now, I think this story has a lot to do with your reading today, my beautiful Mulan. So you might be wondering, hey, Letao, why are you already having the card laid on the table? So first of all, I have to apologize because I already recorded this session just 20 minutes ago. But then when I finished recording, I realized that my microphone was off. So that video cannot be used, but the cards were already drawn. So now I'm recording this reading again for you guys with the cards in front of me. All right. Promise this will not happen again, but hope you enjoy the reading. Now, first of all, we put 3 cards for your general energy, what could be blocking you, and also what could be helping you during this period of time. You have got Hercules, Pan, and you have got Vesta. All right. Now, what I'm seeing actually here for group number 2 is that, okay, it's true that life has not been too easy for you guys, and life has not been very let's say easy on you probably for already a while, right? Some of you guys I can literally see you might be just feeling a little bit tired and exhausted from all the battles that you have to fight, right? Hercules is a god of strength, but through no fault of his own, he was persecuted by his well, pretty much stepmother or the wife of his biological father Zeus, Hera, right? Hera persecuted him pretty much his whole life. And but it was not his fault because he was just a baby born as an illegitimate child. But Hera was so angry, and she wanted to kill this child because she couldn't tolerate a child being born between her father and a different woman outside the marriage. But you can imagine from Hercules' perspective, it was not his fault. He didn't do anything wrong, right? But still, his whole life, he had to go through all the trials and tribulations, by force imposed onto him by Hera due to her wrath. Now, one of the famous stories about this was that even when Hercules was a baby, he was still in the cradle. Well, Hera sent two serpents into his chamber and hoped that the serpent would just devour him, right? And thus, achieving the purpose of killing this illegitimate child. Now, of course, being born half divine, Hercules just strangled those two serpents with his bare hands. And thus, he was not devoured by the snakes. So that story tells me, right? Also, I hope that can tell you that the spirit of Hercules is that I don't give up. Life sometimes can be unfair. Sometimes life is difficult, not because I didn't do enough, but it's because other people's convenience is not convenient, or it's because of other people's attitude or what they're going through, and thus they're putting blockages in front of me. And so I think, to be honest, when we realize that there's something that we did wrong, right, it's easier for us to accept it because we can say, okay, I didn't do that. Next time I'll remember how to do that. But it's almost like we can't really digest it very well when we know it's other people's fault. Then we feel, but I already did everything I could. I already tried everything. Why do I not see the desired result? So that's a Hercules energy with Pan sitting there, because a Pan is the second card blocking your energy. This is really telling you that you have to be careful with letting your negative thinking and your anxiety, and could also possibly your fear, your unfounded fear towards whether you will be able to be successful or not, whether you will be able to, have the abundance you want in the future, block your mind. All right. Sometimes when life gets hard, we can just be very easily overwhelmed by that. And then we start to play this negative scenario in our mind, right? Am I actually going to be okay, right? Is everything going to be fine for me? Am I going to survive? All these kind of concerns into the future. What is actually helping you at this moment is you got Vesta, right? Now, this card, or this deity Vesta, is a symbol of the home and hearth. Now I have the question for you. What do we use a home for? It's for protection. It's for rest, right? You can fight your demon, right? The battles, the enemies out there, right? But by the end of the day, you want to go home. You want to have a nice bed. You can rest, you can sleep, because your home is your sacred sanctuary. And that's where you feel you're fully in peace, right? And so this energy tells you that if you feel tired, if you feel very exhausted from all the ups and downs and trials and tribulations out there, give yourself the space, give yourself the time to rest, to recharge, to replenish yourself, and to refresh yourself. You don't have to fight your war all the time, mentally speaking, even though you have a millions of let's say, responsibilities, right? The thing you have to do, you have to earn money, you have to pay your bills and all that kind of stuff. But make sure that every day you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes just to give to yourself. And so that you know that I'm not taking rest because I'm running away from responsibilities, but I'm doing this for me so that I can feel more recharged and I can go back to my responsibility later with more efficiency, right? With more power. And that's really what I think you need to do. So there is a sense of self-healing, right? Probably that is necessary in this new moon cycle for you guys. Now, for the 3 tarot cards that we put out, the first card is really beautiful, right? It's a sun. And of course, I know the card is already laid on the table, but I promise you that when I was, recording this reading earlier, literally this card jumped out. So I was like, wow, this is a great card for you. Now, the sun card as the first card is telling you that what kind of mindset you need to embrace at this moment. The sun is really telling you to have that sense of blind trust and the blind optimism in yourself. And you need to know that even though a lot of things are still kind of up in the air and I don't have a guarantee, but somehow I just feel intuitively that it's all going to come to me. Everything is going to be fine. All right. So this is about that positivity. Let the sun shed its light on your head. Now, also one thing that I feel about this is physically, actually, I think for group number 2, you need a little bit sunlight, okay? If you actually watching this video from a place in a tropical zone, okay, easily you can get sunlight unless you have a, rain or storms. But if you live in the north, let's say I know some of my clients are in the northern Europe or maybe in Canada, and you don't get a lot of sunlight during autumn or winter time, I really feel that as long as the weather is nice, go for a walk, right? Get some vitamin D from that sunlight because literally the sun is there protecting you. So I do feel that having a walk, go for a walk, right? Under the sunlight in the good weather could be very recharging, right? And then what happens next is that you have the Knight of Cups and you also have the Ace of Pentacles, right, out there. Now, this is telling you that whatever problems or issues that are bothering you, you're going to see them being resolved very soon. This is literally an offer, all right? Help. Someone offering something to you. Could be a work project, could be money, could be opportunities and things like that. I'm literally seeing this for you guys, my beautiful group number 2. So don't worry. Don't let your fear or your negative thinking drain you, right? And kind of like press you down and just make you feel, oh, life is always hard. Life never, favors me. That's not the truth, right? Something is going to be offered to you. And I definitely see this something related to your profession or work related stuff. Now, of course, Knight of Cups could be a card related to romantic gesture, but I do feel that I think that this is something related to money or work, project, contract, career. But the reason why you're receiving this offer is because something is being loved by other people about you. Maybe they love your work, they love your the way you do your job, they love your brand, they love your company, right? They love to deal with you because of who you are. All right. Now, the last card that we put out is from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes, and we have got this beautiful Pegasus energy. Now, Pegasus in this deck is always talking about the divine help that we need and we need to call in. So again, I definitely see very helpful people coming your way and giving you what you want. But there is a trick when it comes to Pegasus. You do have to ask for it. Sometimes if you don't communicate your needs and what you want, it would be very hard actually for people to know what they can give you or how they can assist you, right, in a way that you actually want. Pegasus will only come to the hero when the hero whistles. So sometimes you need to know how to engage, right, with your community and friends and let people know what could help you and what kind of resource you want from them. Now, you know what? I really feel like reading this chapter about Pegasus from the Oracle deck, okay, just in case that you guys are actually thinking about purchasing this deck. Let me just read that chapter because I think this could be very, very helpful to you guys. All right. All right, Pegasus. I'll just read the last chapter. All right. Okay. When Pegasus, ruled by the new moon, appears in your reading. Oh, it's very funny because we're doing the new moon in Sagittarius reading, which is aligned, right? When Pegasus, ruled by the new moon, appears in your reading, it is an auspicious omen that you can overcome any type of challenge with the help and care you receive from your environment and those around you, especially when you're at the beginning stage of creating something. If the new moon is a symbol of new beginnings, and planting. Pegasus is a divine water and sunshine that will facilitate the growth of your seeds. All right. So there's a lot more things about Pegasus that I have penned in this guidebook. You can see this is a very thick book that I wrote for this Oracle deck. It's a whole set, right? So when you purchase this deck, for example, from a store, the book is already inside, right? So you get the cards and you also get the book as a set. But either way, I do feel that for group number 2, the positive things are definitely coming your way, right? So bring that sunshine smile onto your face and have this renewed belief in your success and your future. Now, there's one more thing that I want to mention is that the Pegasus, you can see, is this beautiful white horse. And earlier we had the Knight of Cups, which is also there's a white horse on the card, right? So the white horse definitely is showing that kind of assistance, right? Because you can even see the Knight of Cups almost like he's riding on the Pegasus and coming to you, right? Love this energy so much, group number 2. So have this renewed faith and know that things will work out for you. I have a lot of faith for you guys in the month of December. Your enemy is not the world. Your enemy, if you have to pick one, is actually your own mind and how you deal with the way you process your feelings, how you process your own thoughts during this new moon cycle. All right. At the end of the day, you know what Sagittarius is about. Sagittarius is about optimism. So bring that new moon in Sagittarius optimism into your life. All right. Thank you so much, my beautiful group number 2. And if you like the reading, please remember to subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with the people you care about. And I look forward to all of you guys very soon in the next reading session. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Thank you very much for joining this Pika card reading for your new moon in Sagittarius, which is also the month of December because we're having this new moon on actually December the 1st. What a coincidence, right? I always like it when new moon is on the 1st because number 1 is also the symbol of new beginnings and the initiation. So it seems like, this new moon Sagittarius is going to give us some kind of momentum and a push towards the future. So first of all, we're going to pull 3 cards for our group number 3. Oh, by the way, you have chosen Ariel, all right? So from The Little Mermaid. To me, Ariel is about curiosity because in the story, she was very curious about the human world. She wants to be a girl instead of a mermaid. And she really wants to know what's happening, outside the ocean and how she can find love, okay? So let's pull some card for our beautiful group number 3 for all of you guys who have chosen the beautiful Ariel. Thank you, universe. All right. 3 cards, please. The first card is going to tell me what the energy that you're carrying now. And the second card is what is blocking you. And the third card is what is assisting you. All right. First card, your energy, Juno. All right. What could be blocking you is Jason. All right. Now, what could be helping you at this period of time is Pluto. All right. Wow, this is a very interesting energy. I've done, so many readings. I've never seen these 3 cards coming together actually as a combination. Now let's have a look and let's talk about them. You start your energy with Juno. Juno in ancient Roman mythology is the goddess of marriage. She's also the goddess of the sky, right? And she sees things far away from her. And she's able to kind of like survey, right, what's happening out there. Because Juno, or Hera, the goddess of the sky and marriage, she cares a lot about what's happening around her. In a good way, Juno is talking to you about the potentials that you have. This could be about the new possible expansions, learning, right? Seeing things far away from you, the new horizons. So all these kind of things are kind of like similar to the Jupiter energy, right? But Juno is a little bit like a female Jupiter, right? That kind of energy, right? You're expanding, you're learning. But what is could be a little bit not very good with Juno energy is that sometimes Juno can be very much attracted or can be very much distracted by the small details and by, the things that is happening right in front of her, that she might lose a bigger vision. And so one thing about Juno people, group number three, if you have chosen this pile, this is really telling you to focus on the bigger picture and the bigger goals in front of you. Um, I also see Juno as a very good time when it comes to rejuvenation, right? So this could be about rejuvenate yourself. And what's the right way to describe this? Because in mythology, when Juno goes back to her mother's house, she will bathe herself in the magical spring and she will regain her virginity. And that virginity energy in our psychology is about purity. It's about going back to the inner child, right? And to enjoy life and to see the world through a pure lens, a pure glass, right? So that you will be able to take things as what they are, instead of us being overly maybe negative or cynical, right, about things. Now, what could be blocking you at this moment is Jason. Jason, this energy usually is talking about foreign travel and new adventures. So I do feel that for a lot of people who are choosing this pile, perhaps there's some kind of new adventure or travel relocation, things, related, maybe a complete new adventure that you're ready to embark on, but somehow maybe, you haven't either started, or you might be feeling that, okay, but when is that gonna happen, right? So I have a very strong feeling that a lot of you guys actually are thinking about moving, or going somewhere or starting a new project, but sort of like you're on the brink of that, right? So either you have just started, but you realize that that's going to be a long way, or you haven't started yet, and maybe there are certain things that are not even prepared enough, or this could be about the divine timing is not there for you. And so what I do want you guys to do is to really dig a little bit deep within yourself and ask yourself, okay, well, before I'm ready to embark on this new journey, what kind of things am I prepared to build, right, as a preparation? Now, because you got Pluto, this energy on top of you, which is all talking about discovering your hidden talent and discovering the new things that you have never seen before. Um, I do feel that this card is telling you, in a way, to kind of like, not necessarily to study more. Of course, if that could resonate with you, that would be great. But Pluto is about deepening yourself. It's about deepening your understanding. Could be about knowledge, could be about, your experience, could be about deepening your understanding about certain things before you embark on that new journey. At the end of the day, Pluto actually, in ancient Roman language, Latin language, Pluto man used to mean wealth, right? And so Pluto actually is a symbol of richness in our life. So when this card is helping you, it needs you to find that richness, which is embedded hundreds of miles down and under, right? Because Pluto is the god of the underworld. His treasure is not, provided on the surface, but needs us to do a little bit digging. This could be about you maybe spending time to learn something, study something, to discover a new talent, new skill. So for example, if you have been working in the industry for the past 10 years, and let's say you have been, I don't know, maybe you have been working in insurance, for example, Pluto might be saying, okay, apart from knowing things about insurance, what else do you know? What else are you fascinated by? What other hidden talent and abilities you actually have, but you haven't had the chance or have the courage to explore, right? Maybe this is about going to a different industry because there is gold and treasure waiting for you. All right. Very good. Now we're going to pull three more cards from the Mythic Tarot. Let's have a look at your progression, my beautiful group number three. All right, you have chosen the Ariel energy. Very good. Now let's have a look. Okay. Now, I also have a very strong feeling for group number three. It's almost like maybe you're waiting for some kind of divine help coming to you, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Perhaps this is you waiting for, maybe you're feeling that, okay, I know what I want. I know I want to get there. I want to achieve this, but I just need that one single help. I need that one single person to bring me there, or to give me this opportunity, or to pull me up. It's a little bit like that. But because Jason is the energy crossing Juno, so this is saying that that person has not appeared in your life yet, or that opportunity has not appeared in your life yet. And so before that, what do you do? Going back to this Pluto energy. Also, one thing about Pluto, apart from discovering your hidden talent and skills, Pluto is also talking about letting go of your past. So, for example, if the fact that we're waiting and there's a lack of action, right? For moving forward, perhaps it's because we're not confident, or maybe it's because we are still dragging a lot of the old things from the past, right? And thus we keep telling ourselves, oh, I just need to wait, right? Or I can't do this. I have to wait and think. Now, Pluto says, okay, what do you need to release from your past, right? That's also one thing I would say very important for us to do. As you know, this card is actually helping you at this moment, all right? Very good. Dear universe, please kindly provide us with some useful guidance and helpful wisdom for group number 3. Thank you so much, universe. Just 3 cards, all right? So we're gonna pull this one out. We got a Page of Sword. Okay, now this card is all talking about your curiosity. I think for this group, you need to be a little bit more curious about things you haven't done before or you don't know yet. Try not to stay in the things that you already know, right? One of the things I feel, the reason why we feel stuck is because we're looking at this much, based on my experience and based on our knowledge, right? But none of them actually work out for me. That's why I feel, okay, it's stuck. It's not moving. Well, there are millions of things outside that circle, but are we looking at them? Perhaps it's a voice saying that, no. Even if I try to go for it, it's not going to be successful. Even if I do it, I don't really know how to do it. So this kind of negative self-talk, right? So this energy tells you that you at least be curious. At least you need to gather a little bit more information, okay? Next card, the Two of Cups, very beautiful, okay? Now, this is about that curiosity will lead to partnerships. That curiosity will lead to people helping you, all right? So I do think that there's some kind of communication or some kind of, it doesn't have to be something really formal, but it does have some kind of people's interaction, information, chit chat, that energy, which will bring that help, which you don't even see yet. Because on this card, literally, Psyche is facing away from Eros, who is trying to save her from the rock in the middle of the ocean. All right. Final card, we're gonna put it from the top. All right. All right, okay, we got the devil card in here. Now, this is what I meant by that kind of negative self-talk. And we're saying, I can't do this, I won't do this, or if I do this, they're not gonna help me, they're not gonna take me, they're not gonna, give me what I want, all these kind of assumptions, right, that we make in our mind. And so with this energy, I really, really want you guys to shift your perspective, release whatever negative thinking that you have, specifically if this is coming from a past failure, a past, whatever happened, in the old days where you were burned, right? And then now you're still carrying that fear in your mind. And thus, that leads to some kind of inaction, right, in your life now. Now, what I want to do for you guys is I want to pull one card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes, and let's see what's the final advice for you guys, all right? It's very interesting energy group number 3, all right? All right. Thank you, universe. Just one card. Please kindly give us one card for our group number 3, the Ariel people, okay? Just one card. Thank you, universe. Thank you. Okay, so the card says Helen, and the keyword is sexuality. Okay, I'm going to explain what this means to you, all right? Now, on the surface, of course, this card is talking about being sexy, sexual liberation, that kind of stuff. But deep down, from my perspective, the image of Helen is really talking about self-sufficiency and self-confidence. Helen was the queen of Sparta. She was married to one of the most powerful men, back then, whose name was Menelaus. But when Paris came to her, she just eloped with Paris because Paris was younger, maybe because he was cute, whatever reasons was there. She felt, what? Because I'm one of the most, well, not one of, I am the most beautiful woman in the world. So I'm going to go with Paris. And so she went to Troy, eloped with Paris for 10 years until the Trojan War ended. And she just went back to Menelaus and lived until the day she died, happily. why do you think Helen was able to do that? Why do you think Helen was able to really enjoy her life with different men, even though, the entire Trojan War was because of her? In English, when we say someone is so beautiful, we usually say, wow, you are able to set 1,000 ships, right? I think deep down it's because Helen knows who she is. She has her value. She knows she's a half divine. She's a demigoddess, and she knows what she's capable of doing, and that's why she's very comfortable with her beauty, with offers coming to her, with love coming to her, and with all the potentials and possibilities in front of her. I really think with this Helen energy, what you guys, group number three, my lovely, lovely group number three, is to understand your value and to reevaluate your life so far and see what has not worked out and what that really meant, right? And so there's a lot of that kind of, trying to be a little bit more open-minded and curious about what's happening out there. And perhaps through shifting this perspective, not just towards what the problem in front of you, but also shift your perspective about who you actually are. And you will be able to not just see things from a different way, but also do things in a different way, right? Into the future. I really want to put one more card on top of the devil because I really don't think that you should get stuck with this thing that in your mind. I wanna see a breakthrough. I'm not seeing the breakthrough, things like that. Okay. Now, dear universe, just please provide us one more message on top of devil, and let's see how our group number three can break through this cycle. Okay. The emperor, absolutely. Okay. Who is the emperor? Emperor is Zeus in this deck. So you got Zeus or Jupiter, you got Juno, which is all about self-expansion. Now, the emperor, if you just look at this card from the pure tarot perspective, is talking about power, is talking about self-confidence, because this card has always been associated with the constellation sign of Aries. So one thing, group number three, like what I mentioned earlier, it's about courage, it's about motivation, it's about being gutsy, it's also about being action oriented. Maybe you guys are doing a lot of thinking, but maybe there's not enough doing, right, in that perspective. So what you need to do is just to give it a try, right? Take some practical action. And when you do that, naturally the next step will be shown to you and you will know what to do. All right. Very, very good. Thank you so much, my beautiful group number three. You have chosen the Ariel. I hope you enjoy the reading. And if you like my reading, if you like my cards, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with the people you care about. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing all of you guys very soon in the next reading session. Have a wonderful week and bye.